I wasn't trying to make fun of you.
One roll at a time.
I wasn't trying to make fun of you. I was just more stating a fact.
I forget what
That's not that weird.
Yeah.
I just go down the column. Like,
What's
so
up?
if there's two of the same.
No, I'm just looking.
Like,
The titles.
Yeah,
and
then
stuff.
I ate two.
Seems like everyone does that.
Well, fuck me then.
Fuck you.
Sorry, I'm not cool enough to mainstream the way I eat my sushi.
I mean, I feel like Pat's way is the weirdest, honestly. I've never seen anyone other than him eat it that way.
What, the entire roll?
I don't know.
Yeah, he eats the entire roll and then goes
He
to the
goes
next
roll
roll.
by
and
roll.
then-
I mean, technically, it makes like perfect sense because you're not mixing different flavors.
That's why they have the pickled ginger.
I mean,
Pickled ginger.
But you don't eat the pickled ginger after every single.
No, but most people.
I do.
Most
I put it
people
on the
use-
sushi.
Most people usually use the
Which is
pickled ginger
apparently
on their
super
sushi.
disrespectful in Japan.
That's why.
This is true. It's also disrespectful to
Fucking
put the
Americans.
wasabi in the soy
No
sauce.
offense. I have the highest.
And when you
respect.
have nigiri, like just the rice and the fish,
Yeah.
you're supposed to put the soy sauce on the fish and then put the fish on your tongue first and not the rice. I learned a lot of random sushi facts dating Rachel.
I mean, that's cool.
What's
In
going
one
on?
fact.
None of that shit got. I ain't nah. You ain't gonna tell me how to eat my food. You the house. I don't want it. I'm just saying. Like,
He's like, I've
my
been eating food for like what, 20?
崩れゆく抑制僕を怖がらないで
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Apartment Shenanigans. Why are you dancing right now?
I'm just happy to be here, guys. I'm just happy to be here.
All right, well, what's up, everyone? Welcome back. Oh gosh, I'm Avery. I'm here with a bunch of people right now. Why don't we go around the table and just introduce ourselves?
Oh, we're going clockwise.
I said around the table.
Oh well, around the table could have been that way.
You know
I'm
it's always
Tracy.
clockwise.
I'm
Tracy.
Ben.
I'm Terrell.
I'm Patrick.
Are you sure?
I'm eating pizza.
Hello, I'm eating pizza.
That's that guy. It's Jason. Yo, have at thee.
Have at thee. All right, so yeah, we're here with a decent amount of people, and God, this will be an interesting episode. I don't know what we're going to talk about, but we're going to talk about random stuff. We're here to play D&D or set our characters up.
Man,
Yeah, I was gonna say like an easy thing we could talk about since we were all here is D&D and kind of like why we find it interesting or
Yeah, we
what
can do
kind of
that.
like brought us into those kind of things.
Yeah.
why did it take us 5 hours?
Why, Ben?
I was just listening. I'm sorry.
Too intently.
Quite intently.
I had
He
focus,
really wanted to
okay?
make sure you knew he was listening. All right, well, Tracy, I guess since you brought the conversation topic up, why don't you start then?
Do I have to?
You want to start there, or why did it take us 5 hours to create characters?
Well, there was just a lot going
And
on.
we're not even done.
We only had 4 books for like 8 people. And it's
We
hard.
had babies, we had crying, we had alcohol,
And
we had
so much math.
not that much math, just math that we couldn't do.
This is true.
I mean, my
Only
calculator.
Pat's like, that's 12.
It took about-
Oh, you rolled, 65.
I know he
Roll
like
again.
the second that the dice stop rolling, Patrick's like, boom, 72. I just,
I'm only good at dice when it comes to Monopoly.
Of course.
well, but with Monopoly,
Oh yeah, do y'all have Monopoly?
we have Zelda
We
themed
are not
Monopoly.
no.
No.
What are you
No.
don't play, Jason? We won't play Monopoly.
I'll play Monopoly right now.
Let's go. Bring the board.
Yo, no one ever wants to play with me, and Ben told me he'll never play with me. Like, what the fuck?
I don't want to play with you.
I love Monopoly.
That's so fucked up.
I
I feel
love
like
Monopoly.
we'll be not friends anymore.
Because I feel like no one ever wants to
Why?
play Monopoly with me.
Because
Yo, Chris is coming over. We're playing that Zelda Monopoly.
you can play it all
What
you
if
want.
what if he brings his Rick and Morty Monopoly over?
Why would that make me want to play
Because it's
it?
Rick and Morty.
Yeah, I
Does
like Rick and
Monopoly
Morty a
take
lot.
like
but,
any
like,
theme that's popular at the time? They're just like, yeah, let's go with
Basically,
this.
yeah.
Let's have Zelda
Is the
Monopoly.
currency in Zelda
Monopoly.
1 rupees?
Yeah, and you buy
I'm down.
right.
That sounds
And you
pretty
buy
cool.
the different properties, and I think it's specifically Ocarina of Time Zelda. So you buy like the Temple of Time and Zora's Domain, stuff like that.
But I feel like
Fri-
they're just trying
friendships-
real hard to stay relevant.
Yeah.
So what's
Friendships
with the
will be-
railroad? What are the railroads?
I think one is like Skylofts, so, which is from Skyward Wing. Actually, I lied. It takes from different Zelda games. So one of the railroads
Haven't
is
played one.
You should tell the truth.
what?
You just said you lied.
I mean, I'm working my best on it, Anyway, back to D&D.
That literally just made my stomach hurt.
Gosh. So, yeah, Tracy, go on.
About D&D?
Yeah, you brought this topic
How did
up.
you get into D&D?
College. Good old college. It was just a group of my friends that I met my freshman year, and it wasn't Dungeons and Dragons. We first started playing GURPS, which is like a weird, it's not Pathfinder, it's not D&D, it's kind of just like a fuck-all version of a role-playing game. But,
It's very fluid.
there's
how it's
no
creative.
rules. There are like zero.
There's no rules.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
There's
you
no
just
rules.
take out the numbers and everything, and you just get more creative and imaginative with what you do.
So how do the fights go if there's no like numbers?
You kind of just say what you're gonna do, and it kind of just happens.
Is
The
there a
DM kind of creates the image of what happens when you say you're acting out.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So it's more like, it's kind of like LARPing?
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, you do roll sometimes, but it's not nearly as often as like D&D, where your fate is up to the dice to decide. With GURPS, it's just like, whatever, let's just figure it out.
Have acting?
Yeah.
What does that mean? You said that's like your catchphrase when you come on the.
I don't know what
podcast.
you're talking about.
Have that be.
It just means go for it.
Take the best shot.
Okay, is it like Data Bayo? It doesn't really mean anything. It just is there for filler.
Kuna Matata.
God damn it.
The answer was yes.
Anyway.
That's what it was.
Since Avery's annoyed, it's now my catchphrase too. Have at thee.
Up top. Yes!
That was a good high
That
five.
was a solid high five.
So GURPS.
Yeah, so that's how I started, and it was definitely very interesting. One of the clear memories I can remember is that one of my friends, Andrew Ola, who some of you have met, who's my male stripper friend, he decided that he wanted to do horrible things to a griffin. Horrible sexual things to a griffin. And it scarred me ever since, but it was still
What kind of things do you do?
really bad things that I can't say.
Oh,
We talked about
will we
our
get an X
podcast
rating?
This is
Will we get an X
definitely
rating?
labeled as
we
explicit.
can label this specific episode as explicit.
Well, Mike owned the griffin, and Ola did not want Mike to have the griffin, so instead he decided to sexually assault the griffin by fingering its butthole to try to make it run away, and it was successful, so the griffin flew away, and Mike got really pissed and rage quit, and then
Did Mike have this griffin to like actually fly around and use in
yes,
battle?
like he was using this griffin for nice purposes, and Ola was like, nope. So that was the same night that I think that I scared Ola, and that he threw the phone out of the window.
I
And
don't know if I know that.
yeah, I just like popped in the window and went like boo while they were playing because I was running late, and he got so scared that he chucked his phone through one of the windows. And
Why is that your first reaction?
Attack.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I can't reach you.
yeah, no, like shattered the window.
Fight
like,
or flight.
Glass fell all over.
Both.
That was fun. But yeah, so that's how it started. But actual D&D was mainly playing with Patrick and like James and all of them. So it's only recently that I got more so into Dungeons and Dragons.
Gotcha. Yeah, specifically story with Andrew when like my first time playing was with you, Pat, James, Caitlin, everyone. And then Andrew joined that one random session we had.
That was my
And he,
first
again,
campaign.
was a
Hey,
stripper.
that was Pat's
Yeah.
first time DMing, which you did an
Yeah.
amazing job. But yeah, he wanted to join like randomly in a random session, and he wanted to be a stripper character. I remember our group of people were like in a wagon or something,
Yeah.
and we're going down the road, and we just see
You all have
his
horses.
character.
Yeah. This was a very serious and like just intense campaign, and then Andrew Ola jumped in as a naked, he said female but androgynous looking, just straight up monk that danced using a quarterstaff. Needless to say,
He actually didn't he end up killing somebody? Though?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, he
pull
did.
up their ass.
Yeah,
yeah. At first it made everyone a little uncomfortable just trying to get the detailed picture in there, but his character shared a horse with Avery's character. Even Avery felt uncomfortable just role playing.
Well, because didn't Andrew also actually sit behind you?
He sat
Like,
behind him
didn't
and
he?
tried to dance
yeah,
on
yeah.
Avery's horse, but
This is what he looks like.
you have a picture of Ola? Oh my
Facebook.
gosh, yes.
But yeah.
So like the first day I met him, I think we were in your apartment and he like took his shirt off and tried
Finkus
dancing
from
on
Boy
me.
From Boy Meets World. So if you guys are just trying to imagine this individual, just think of Boy Meets World Finkus. Just age him to, about 20, 24, 25. Yeah. Yeah.
He's got this
And
like
that's the
signature
perfect picture for him too.
What is that signature move that he does where he hoops his own leg and then jumps through it?
I don't know. Does he have a name for it?
Is it called the hoop?
I don't know. That's what I would
I would
call
think
it.
his signature move is when
He,
he
like-
scales door frames and twerks on it while people limbo underneath him. He really likes that as well.
Also,
Wait, what?
the rip away.
In real life.
He's a male stripper, yeah. Well, he's a male stripper for fun.
He owns a tuxedo speedo and nipple tassels.
Think of One
Rip
Punch
away
Man.
pants with a tuxedo speedo.
Think of One Punch Man, but instead of being a hero for fun, he's just a stripper for fun.
I would not
That's
compare
nothing
Ola.
like one hero or one
Wait, can you
punch.
please explain to me?
The strongest. Like, what would be his plight? Like, shit, just one dance.
Yeah, I do like that one better.
Oh gosh. Maybe that was a bad reference.
Yes!
Maybe?
Anyway. Can't breathe. I need to get him to listen to this now.
So Avery, how did you get into D&D?
It was them.
Oh, they let you have this.
Oh yeah, Avery's first character, Sephiroth.
Yeah. Well, I didn't make it. I made him look like Sephiroth when it came to the wings and the clipped wings. My wings were clipped and I couldn't fly. And Sephiroth just has like one wing, the one wing angel. But I was an Asimar.
Yeah, fallen Asimar.
And like I looked really weird, like beat up, like kind of like I don't even know. Like I looked like a demon, I'm pretty sure, and I always wear like a hood.
Yeah, you were pretty emo angsty.
Yeah.
Yeah, edgelord.
And I think I was looking for like my my ex-wife. I don't even know. I had some weird backstory. I just kind of threw it in there.
Oh yeah, he rolled his character's flaws, bonds, and pretty much backstory for everything. So
Yeah, I just kind of did everything with the book, but it was interesting. My favorite moment was with the daggers when we were in that fight, the dungeon or something. I don't even know.
Just chucking them.
Yeah, I killed some people. It was great. Thanks. But yeah, definitely I got into D&D because of Tracy and Pat. Because Tracy, I remember freshman year she got into it, and she would always leave freshman year, and I'm like, where are you going? She's like, oh, I'm going to these people's place or to play this game, GURPS or whatever. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And I never really asked her more about it.
Yeah, I think one night you were mainly asking me where I went because I was gone from like 11 and I got back at like 6 a.m. because that's how long the session went. And you were passed out on one of the couches downstairs.
Yeah, because I got locked out of my room because Quentin and Chris went to my room earlier in the night and would not wake up to let me in, so I had to sleep in the common area of our building.
Yeah.
And I called Tracy to let me sleep in her room, and she's like, I'm not home, I'm sorry. And then, of course, she tells me the story that she woke up or got back and saw me snoring and sleeping in the common area. Just let me sleep. She didn't wake me up to sleep in her room after that. No.
A sleeping little baby comfy on a couch.
And then the next morning, all the football players came down to go to practice, and they were like, "Why is he sleeping there?" And like, you weren't allowed to sleep there. Like, I could have gotten in trouble, but you were like, "Yeah, that's Avery. Who cares?"
College. I mean, there's going to be kids passed out.
Avery snores like a bear, not a baby. Not a baby at all.
But
Yeah,
I wouldn't-
he
I
snores
wouldn't-
pretty good.
Yeah, I wouldn't leave that in the common area. I might scare somebody.
but yeah, I heard you playing the different games. I was like always interested, but I never had the chance to do it. Didn't know anyone else who did do it. And then senior year came around, and we ended up when you met James, when Pat met James, and the heck, Amber Alert! Everyone, get ready.
Might be a weather alert.
No, it sounds like
We should all be getting
Flash flood.
Flash flood warning.
Why are we all
Weather alert.
Is it to know that one phone is getting it, so it's not sending them to all the ones?
We're not as important.
But yeah, when you met James and everything, and we all played that one session, that was fun. And then I played like I told you guys, Fate with Kim, Victor, Ben, Jason, and myself. And that was fun as well. And Relle. Sorry.
Yeah, I was there.
He was a pretty crucial character.
But that was a lot of fun. Influential.
You got it.
Yes.
You did it.
So that was mainly Fate.
That was Fate, yeah.
And have you guys played Pathfinder before?
No.
Okay, so then between Fate and Dungeons and Dragons, do either of you guys have a preference in terms of?
I like D&D
They're
more.
two extremely different scenarios.
Well, this is still.
It's not even like
this time.
comparable, really.
This is
Well,
my
like
first
the
Dungeons and
two
Dragons
between
time.
this session and Fate, it was very different.
It sounded like
Well, I mean-
Ross DM for Fate was pretty restricting too. So
But with
your experience was
even when we created our characters for Fate, it was pretty similar to us creating our characters now, minus us getting like the weapons and spells and stuff.
Right.
I would say it's pretty similar when it comes to character creation.
No, actually,
We
Fate's character creation was actually quite unique.
We didn't have to roll.
We didn't because
No,
the fact that
We
what
just
happened.
picked stuff.
Well, you wrote something on your character sheet, and then you randomly switched your character sheet with someone else to actually tie in your story to that individual.
Right.
I forgot about that.
So, and that happened throughout everyone. So the fact that everyone had a way to tie into one another,
wow, you would think it's Fate.
you would think that it was.
I'm sorry, I got it.
But I thought that was actually a nice tie-in because usually within D&D you're like, all right, cool, and then these group of adventurers meet up in a tavern.
Yeah,
But I mean,
the
usually,
stereotypical.
but usually it's
tavern
up
setting.
to the DM to make it really interesting.
That is very true.
And with D&D, you can even tie your backstory to another person if you're wanting.
But again, it's up to the DM. With Fate, we did write on the person's paper saying, "Oh, I want to be connected to this person because of this." I think Ben's character, he was like a 12-year-old girl named Effie, and I was Karen. Sorry,
Effie Trinket.
no. Okay, Kim's character was Effie, and Ben's character was Karen. And the way they put theirs together was that I think Effie hated most people except for Karen.
Sorry.
Or something or vice versa.
like that,
Something like
yeah.
that. So, like, they had a really special bond. But
Effie was a gold digger.
But it was just because...
I'm an opportunist.
It was just because of that.
Gold digger.
How Kim wanted to write it. So, that was interesting. Like, the whole Name being connected to Junbei's character because of his arm being a part of his exoskeleton. It was weird and... Yeah.
I think it's kind of fun tying in, like, maybe not the entirety of a group, but just tying in a little bit of background so that some people, even if they don't know each other, can have something in common to have an interesting conversation with. So, like, for our session that we're going to be starting soon, our campaign, I at least want to have, like, one or two people have something in common. Not know each other, but something that I can try to, like, tie in. Because I think that's always a good conversation starter to get everybody to be a group when you guys have nothing in common.
Right.
Yeah.
And, like, I remember when we were playing 2, like, one thing was, like, 2 people would go off to one area to investigate something, and they would find something out really important, but we were all in the same room in real life, and we had to pretend like we didn't know what they found out.
You don't want to metagame.
Yeah.
What you know outside.
Can we possibly do it Justice League style?
What do you mean?
I don't know. Catastrophe strikes.
And we're all just like, I'm the person for this
Heroes
job.
must take a
No,
stand.
I'm the person for this job.
No, guys, we need to work together here.
You're the
Like
one
that.
to talk, though.
No,
You're the one that was trying to lone wolf it.
so I burned the building down.
Yes.
You guys were arguing. Shit had to get done.
That did happen. Literally, it was a conversation that turned into an argument, and then the argument ceased when
Arsony struck.
Yes.
it was like
And the Fire Nation.
The Fire
Nation
Nation.
attack.
Always peaceful.
That's actually, I think, what it was stated. It was, everything was fine, and then Jimmy lit a fire, and the Fire Nation attacked. I was like, wow, that.
And that's how we ended that session, too. That was really good. But
Thank you.
Jason, how did you get into D&D?
I got into D&D about 5 years ago, so I'm a late bloomer. Where a friend of mine said, "Oh, dude, just give it a try." It's like, you know what? I've seen people talk about it. Yeah, it's like a drug. It's like, yeah.
Leave me alone. What did you? I don't know. What did you do earlier?
It doesn't matter.
Anyway.
But anyway,
Continue.
so yeah, D&D was, like a drug for some individuals. So I got into it. A friend of mine, he was his wife was was DMing the session, and it was a group of 7 of us, and most of us dropped in and dropped out. I was one who actually came out every week to do the session, and it got quite interesting. There was a creature that came up and grabbed one of the party members, started to drag him down to a chasm, and he was able to break away free, but he lost his leg in the process. So we took the bodies, we took the leg of one of the creatures we just fought, and then we did what's it? Cure wounds.
I got that spell.
So we reanimated the dead leg. So
Oh no.
So he actually had a zombie leg. And before we did any type of actions that require rolls, he had to roll for his leg to see if it actually would go in the same direction that he would. Because like, oh, I want to go left. Well, your leg's got to roll to see if it wants to go the same way. It's
What
like,
if he just rolled it to hop instead?
so he would be at disadvantage. So if his leg if he didn't succeed on the roll, then he would be at a disadvantage whenever he actually did the fight.
God, that sucks.
I would just remove it right then. Well, you're not going to swing with me. We're not swinging together at all, and I just remove it.
Right, rather than going through that, just do peg leg style.
Yeah, be like, shove a short sword in there, and I'll just continue fighting with this.
The positive is the more that he actually played towards his character, the more the leg started to reanimate and the color started to change and started to look more like his own flesh, just like a stitch there.
Yeah.
So it was like, if you play your character the way your character was designed, will reward you by actually reanimating your leg.
Really, I like that.
But also within this, we had to fight two ogres and an owlbear in one area.
No, I was a furball.
Okay.
And half of
They're different.
So I'll say this much: half of the party bitched up, and then half the party was gung ho. So the DM said, "All right, fine. The people who bitched up, you won't get an experience. You can do supportive things for the fight, but your actions cannot cause damage to the creatures." So I think I casted, because I was a wizard, I casted Ray of Frost, but on the ground, and caused an ice patch.
Gotcha.
So I caused all the creatures to go prone because they kept slipping on ice, and then someone actually casted. The only way I can think of it is like Vine Whip to bind them to the ground. So every time they actually tried to get up, they stayed prone, and then the other characters who actually decided to be gung ho and fight beat the living crap out of the creatures, and they got a ton of XP and leveled up twice. We were still low characters. I think we were level 2 at the
I
time.
think the spell was probably Entanglement.
I think
Yeah.
it was.
It's got like a 20-foot radius on it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what Mel used when we were at the Whoop Den. Yeah.
So that was my introduction to D&D. My failure at D&D is when I casted Web, and then I casted Flame Bolt.
There's no failures in D&D. It's all experience.
It was a failure
Experience.
because everyone was pissed that the things that I entrapped was now catching on fire. So it was quite an interesting experience, but the fact that I learned that D&D allows your imagination to wander, and just about anything can happen. You can take an entire castle, transmutate it, and turn it into sludge. You can actually hit a zombie with a piece of your anatomy that you were not expecting and crit.
With lightning.
Yes, with lightning. There is a story of lightning cock, but I will not divulge in that in this particular story here.
I mean, we already talked about buttholes and griffins.
But
We've already gotten down that rabbit hole.
But the fact that within this, it allows just a group of individuals to just one role play and do different things that your imagination can just wander to. So, and that's what I actually enjoy the most about it.
Yeah, that kind of brings up something that I was thinking of while you were, talking about that, is that how everybody has different play styles. Like, some people are much more into the role-playing aspect, and some people are more interested in the combat, some people are more interested in the environment and looking around and looting. So I think that that's like a cool thing that people can really kind of explore whatever avenue they want to with it. I know for me specifically, I am more of a role-play type player, rather than like more combat heavy and stuff like that, but I don't know if you guys have different preferences in the way that you play.
Yeah, probably more combat for me, but I like to try to get into the roleplay, but I know that's not my forte.
Yeah, combat is easier early on for beginning players. It's just something you can...
This is Pat talking as a veteran.
Yeah, as a veteran.
In his
starting
nonchalant voice.
Yeah.
In my 60
It's just
sessions,
easier to dive into. I mean,
60
when
campaigns.
you first start playing D&D, you can just dive into combat. You don't really have to think about it. You're not playing in character. You're just dealing against everything.
Like, definitely, like, when my first time, like, we play with James, and James is very outgoing, and, like, you know how he is. So, like, his character, for everyone who's listening, and then you guys who don't know him, his character was Reinhardt from Overwatch. That's how he wanted his character to be. And he did the Reinhardt voice and everything, which he was really good at.
Very good.
Reinhardt.
Yeah, like, he did everything. And, like, the whole story I've told you guys about when, like, he checks the couch or the bed and he tries to lift it up and he throws it out the window.
Yeah.
Like, it was Pat who was DMing who did that, who made him throw out the window. But, like, that was his character. His character wanted nothing but gold and money.
Yeah.
And he was stupid and Reinhardt. I don't know.
When you roll a natural 20 on flipping a bed, it's going somewhere.
Right.
It might take out half a house, but it's going somewhere.
Exactly.
Yeah, I thought that was perfect. I even told a coworker of mine today about that, and because I told him I was doing D&D, and he's like, "Oh, you do that?" And we started talking. He was telling me some of his stories. I mentioned that to him. But Jason, which would you prefer from like doing Fate with the last session we did, and then D&D?
I would have liked to see a little bit more. I would actually like to finish our Fate session.
Same, yeah.
I'm not sure where it could have actually gone. I know that it had the potential of doing a lot of different things. I'm big on telling stories. The character that I'm even building in this D&D session is very, very influenced by that person's background. So fleshing out those characters, doing those types of things, that's actually what I enjoy about the D&D or with the role playing. Fate has that ability, but it all depends upon the players that you're playing with, the DM that you're actually working with, to bring that story to life. So you can actually have great characters, but a bad DM, and then everything tanks. Or you can actually have bad characters and a good DM, but who doesn't know how to actually just flush out or improvise or do something different. So again, it's all about the experience, and everyone just needs to have fun. That's the key. So I've been a part of a D&D session where rules have been misconstrued. I'm not sure if Pat, Tracy, if you guys have actually encountered a situation where the rules are interpreted in one way, and then basically it's like, no, that's not what the book says. The book says this.
Yes. Because, I mean, there's number crunchers, and there's people who don't leave anything up to interpretation at all. If what the book says is law. When with D&D, I really do think that you have to be a little bit more loose than that. I don't really follow, like, the rigidity of that. So there has been times where there's been butting heads, and it gets kind of awkward, and there's like tension that grows because there's disagreement about how something should have gone down. So
has any of that like caused to like a character's death?
No, nothing as serious as like a character death, at least for me.
I haven't had a character death yet. in any of my campaigns.
Yeah,
so-
I'm
Challenge
the
accepted.
only person that's experienced a character death in like all of
Yeah.
our experience, and it's
But as a DM, you just you want everyone just to have fun. I mean, you can't really stick to the rules if people want to, bend them just a little bit. You want everyone to have fun as players.
true.
You just
Very
work,
wise.
You work with that.
So Ben, since you haven't had a D&D session, but you did a little bit of Fate, which do you think you're going to like more just from the character session, like how adept it got compared to Fate?
No idea.
Fair enough.
We'll have to see.
We'll get you a kazoo,
Alright.
and you'll love D&D much
Yes,
better.
I will. It comes with prizes.
You
Let's
guys
not
bring
delay.
me treats?
Yeah.
I like this.
Future Kenku player with a kazoo over here.
Could everyone go around the table and actually, because I know everyone hasn't really had a chance to build out their both either a D or a fake character, but your ideal character that you would actually create in a fantasy world, could everyone just kind of explain what they would actually do with said character?
Nope. Did not. Because it's random each time.
Yeah, like I could explain like the character I'm building now in the D&D session, but like if you're saying like in my dream fantasy world, I have no idea.
Well, actually, yeah. Let's talk about the characters that we are building for this particular world. Tracy,
First question better. Well, can mine be about my fantasy?
you're skipping like
We'll
your
do
fantasy.
both for you. We'll do both.
So actually, let's start with you, Relle. What would be your fantasy character in a D&D session
Yeah.
or a Fate environment?
Yeah.
Y'all seen Watchmen?
Yeah.
Yes. Rorschach.
Dr. Manhattan.
Ooh.
So you just want
You
to
just
be
want to be
him.
OP.
But
You want to be just control everything at a whim.
Yes.
But you would also be completely isolated at one point, and you would have nothing and no one.
Well, clearly I wouldn't be Dr. Manhattan.
Well, that's
I'd
what
still be
you said,
Terrell.
though.
But if I had
His
power,
fantasy character is going to be him with those powers, is what he's saying.
Existential crisis.
But
No.
even if you have those powers, you're not gonna be around. You'd have to go off, or else you would destroy everybody.
Did you not remember what his abilities were?
If you have those powers,
His
you're going to
presence
destroy the world.
his presence was what destroyed the world, right? Or was it just he?
No,
No, it's
he
him.
just,
Damn, I should have watched the
he
movie.
couldn't he couldn't empathize with anyone.
You haven't
Man,
seen the movie?
I've seen the end. Like I've seen the ending.
You haven't seen
Like when the
movie?
girl was trying to get him to stop, and he was just explaining like,
Spoiler alert, everyone.
like I'm just.
Spoiler alert.
If you ain't seen
Rorschach
it,
died.
if you ain't seen it by now, like you.
Yeah, it's a pretty old movie.
I mean, then before that was a book too, so
But
I have no
apparently
sympathy.
you didn't either.
I want to be Dr. Manhattan, but I have no idea what he is and what he does.
Right. So you're just going to be Tyrell.
He controls everything on a molecular level, right? Is that him? Am I thinking about this wrong?
Are you thinking about what's
Has anyone else
from
seen the
My
movie? Is
Hero?
anybody gonna correct me or not?
We have corrected you.
Oh, so he's not. He doesn't control things on a molecular level.
He does.
He
Oh,
He can,
is like
he controls things on a atomic level. I'm pretty sure.
he's
Yeah.
like an atomic bomb, basically.
he's going to blow up.
You know,
Yeah, but he can
Manhattan, like Project
Yeah,
Manhattan,
yeah.
which is,
You know,
the nuclear bomb.
He can
Okay.
create and destroy energy. Though.
Making
Due
sure
to
you,
an
like,
accident
saw that
involving a
link.
nuclear physics experiment, Dr. Osterman was taken outside the physical realm and returned to with godlike powers, including telekinetic control over matter down to a subatomic level, the ability to teleport himself or others over planetary and interplanetary distances, and superhuman physical prowess that he can consciously augment further to the point of gaining superhuman strength and invulnerability. He possesses a near total clairvoyance, allowing him to perceive the past, present, and future as happening simultaneously, but at least believes that he cannot act on that knowledge since his own actions and reactions to chronological events are apparently predetermined.
Nice.
He's a weird motherfucker.
Yeah, he sounds weird there, but in the movie he's like, I'm bored, so I'm building this crystal palace on Mars.
Basically.
Yeah. And he's like, oh, fuck it. I'm just gonna go create other planets elsewhere.
Bye.
And just leaves.
But yeah. So
Alright,
maybe
cool.
just give a little bit more thought. What you
They're
want.
so positive always.
Doesn't he creates his own universe?
I like
that
his
they,
powers. Like,
produce
his
in comics.
his mentality is
My
a little
thing is,
off.
you said that's your fantasy world you want to live. Like what? Like
He didn't
sound
think
like-
his whole
like,
sentence through.
I didn't.
I'm more surprised you didn't just choose
I'm
like
not-
an anime that you want to be in or something.
Because I couldn't think of one right now.
He just wants to be Deku. That's all he wants.
I do not want to be Deku.
Deku's
If
a
anything,
bitch.
I want to be Kachan. That's who I want.
You want to be? You want to be?
Why Bakugo?
You want
I want
to
Bakugo.
be an asshole?
With an armor-piercing shot. Yes. Fuck yes.
He's a lovable asshole. He's not like a
He
Sasuke
he
asshole.
becomes a lovable asshole.
He's. I do like him. I really.
Oh,
do.
I like him too.
He's
He has
unapologetic for
He has
how
great
he
character
is. Like,
development, but like he's still an asshole.
that's okay.
Like Tracy said, he's not like Sasuke, where he's not unredeemable. But
Yeah, you're
But-
right. Sasuke did a lot of shit.
anyway,
But I fuck with Naruto
Anyway.
for sticking with his boy.
anyway. So, what about your D&D character? What are you doing with that?
There we go.
Oh, yeah, take out the papers.
Yeah. Right. I don't remember. So I chose the way of the shadow monk.
He wrote Izuku.
I really did write it
He
down.
wants to be
I
Deku.
Who can imagine Kachan as a monk? No
Yeah, no,
one.
he can't.
No, he can't.
No
I
one.
can't really imagine Izuku as a monk either.
We got very sidetracked.
Oh, am I changing your mind now?
He's just realizing this.
How about just choose Aang? He's a monk. He's an air nomad or monk Gyatso. Avatar Yang Chen.
Damn it, Avery! You know the second time he said his name, and it just was like, yes, Avery. Yes.
You're welcome. What did I do?
You said his name.
Monkey Yatsu.
Monk Gyatso. Have you been thinking about that all day? You didn't ask me?
No, I wasn't thinking about it all day. But
Right,
it's
you
like
know,
right now.
For the last.
It was very soothing to hear you
4
say it right now.
hours.
Like, I don't know why, but it's just like,
Not the whiskey talking.
it's not. But at the same time, like, no one ever says Monkey Yatsu. They always like.
Did I say it like
It's always Aang
different?
and Korra. No, it's not different, but no one ever says his name. It's always Korra, Aang, Appa.
Just the fact that you named that
Just the fact
character
that you
by
named him, it's
name,
like, you know,
he's
it's like-
impressed.
Avatar Koruk. You know, these other waterbending Avatar that's not
Avatar
Korra.
Kyoshi, like,
Well, everyone knows Kyoshi.
oh yeah. Well,
You're not impressing him with your knowledge.
Sorry,
I don't care. I'm not trying to impress him. I'm just saying. Shit that needs to be said. I think. But wait. But I didn't want to choose the Elementalist because, you know, it didn't sound like
I mean, that's
Avatar
kind of why I chose.
It didn't sound like Avatar shit.
That's kind of why I chose. That's kind of why I chose the person I am, because I was like, I kind of want to choose something with an element, and
Well,
Yeah, I
so
did.
what did you choose?
Air Ganassi.
But why I think,
Well, sorry.
why I think Tracy for telling me exactly what I couldn't do because I actually, yeah, you're not gonna move shit around.
Yeah.
Like, well,
Yeah,
way of the shadow it is.
I
Like,
think in his head he was picturing Aang like in that very
Yeah.
last moment where he was about to take down the Fire Lord. He's like,
Kind of like the.
yeah, like this, yes.
Yeah.
But I get that. That's not really what I was thinking about.
oh,
I was thinking about escape situations like, we gotta get away from here.
yeah. I mean, there are certain.
I'm thinking about, I'm on my
spells
tough shit.
where
That was my
you can
favorite
do
character.
Toph-esque shit, but that's not until you hit like 9th level.
He's
and
just
you have
gonna
to
be
be a
headbutting
druid.
the ground.
And just, like,
Bruh.
I'm gonna make a hole here.
Like, yo, and it's
What
not
happened?
even gonna be like, yo, I'm gonna jump into the air and hit the head, but
Everyone, back up. My headbutt's a magical weapon now.
I have reached the enlightenment. Oh god, yes.
Monks do reach a point where immortality is in their grasp.
And then he rolls a 1.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh.
They do get
yeah,
to a
no
point
matter
where
how badass you want to be, you roll that dice bad. Too what? Too bad.
All right.
I
So
mean, that doesn't like take my health down.
It could.
if someone's
It
attacking
all-
you,
it
and you're
all-
trying to
Sometimes
defend.
with criticals, if you're trying to do something, like
Mhm.
if you're jumping up in the air and you want to do something and you roll an @1, if you fall, you take some fall damage. Like, oh,
Or if
wow.
you're defending yourself, you just
But
completely
he's that
fail.
monk. Monk actually has the ability to escape certain fall damage, which
Oh yeah,
sucks.
he's got like feather.
It's true.
Like,
But
feather
just in
fall.
general, for like a general question, yes,
Twinkle
if you
toes.
fail bad enough.
Be the leaf.
Yeah. I mean, some DMs do have critical fails where it gets pretty intense. Where like a critical fail with a ranged weapon, you might shoot your teammate, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's definitely
Yeah, some DMs do play that way.
We got friendly fire.
Or like if
We don't
you
have
have
no
a
range
bow,
this
the
time.
bow can snap, and then you
Me
don't
and
have anything to
Justin
shoot
might
with.
be a ranger too.
So staying next to y'all, not in front of you.
Yeah, we got
I mean,
a
I can
lot of-
levitate. I can just get. Who knows? We'll find out.
It's still can fire back.
Because I can levitate my teammates. I think I can also levitate unexpected enemies as well.
We don't have any real casters in this group.
We have one.
Yeah, we have
Well,
one.
yeah.
Yeah,
We have one drop in, drop out.
Drop in, drop out.
And
Or
she's gonna be tanky.
Or Jason can just play her all the time when she's not here.
No, I won't because I'll be mad. So everyone, just let you know, my wife is actually doing her first D&D session with this group. She'll be a drop in, drop out character. She rolled today and rolled extremely well for a tiefling sorceress. Who has a +5 modifier to charisma.
I don't know if everyone listening can even know.
So
They're not, because it's our friends.
So long story short, this person could probably talk their way out of any situation, as well as cast a shit ton of spells that will pretty much decimate the area that we're in. So the downside is this person's not playing every session, so it hurts a little, especially since the fact that I rolled just before her and my character came out as barely average. Barely.
So sorcerers.
Since you're going on about her character, what's your character like? Since we're going around the table talking about our characters in this
You
session.
skipped Pat.
Yeah, we definitely did skip
We
that.
did skip Pep, but I'm just trying to make the transition flow, but I guess
Patrick
not.
didn't even create characters with us.
Well,
That's
I
true.
have a character concept and archetype that I will follow.
Up top.
It follows very closely to my love for anime.
Oh. Is it Kaneki?
No, God, stop.
Sorry. I thought
No, we're not getting that dark here.
mean,
For
why not?
anyone that's watched Bungo Stray Dogs,
we watched the first episode. I haven't watched much else.
Did we?
I'm going
First
for
yes.
a
The one
Dazai.
with the
No,
lion.
you're
The lion
not
guy.
doing Dazai.
The lion guy that wants to kill
Dazai
himself?
for my grave domain cleric.
Do you
Someone
really not
that's
remember that?
always asking for death but never finding it.
Aw.
Yeah,
We
so
we should be.
Wait, can
You guys are gonna
can you
be
explain
friends.
that again for Ben, since he
What's
doesn't
that?
remember the episode that we watched?
explain what?
Your character.
Oh, Dazai?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just a friendly person who's always asking for death but never finding it.
Don't remember that at all?
No.
The detective agency who's
It's
looking
not
for
that
people.
he can't die, he's just very skilled at not doing so.
And
But he's
the
always
guy,
asking for
the
it all at
lion
the
was
same time.
following him, or Tiger was following him.
It's not coming to him.
It's alright.
But it's okay. It's okay.
I don't know that I watched it or fell asleep.
But you were awake because after we finished the episode, you're like, "It's all right."
I think it's over his head.
That's probably why I don't remember it.
Because it's all right.
I
Gosh.
think a lot of
Okay, Kyle, I like that idea, and sorry, Ben's just being stupid.
yeah.
I don't remember it. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I also like the idea, but I feel like a lot of us for the session that I'm about to DM for you all,
We're
we
dark.
have a lot of really depressing backstories.
Oh yeah, my backstory is dark as shit.
Yeah, so
Mine
That's
too.
not.
I feel like we need to have at least one slightly chipper person.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Just-
saying.
just
Mine's
in
not.
mine.
I'm not.
I don't know.
Nah.
Mine's not dark. I want to die in the most in the most spectacular way.
No, guys,
So I
wanna
won't.
die.
I won't accept anything less than greatness. But when it comes, I'm ready to die. It's not dark. I wouldn't say that's dark.
Death is pretty dark.
I
No, it's
respect
not.
death. As a death domain cleric, you respect the boundary of life and death. Nothing in between or on the other side, you know. But yeah, so I mean, that's just something that I
Blow up.
believe in.
Just it's a glorious
We need
send
to
off.
explore that
Yeah.
thought more.
However, yeah,
on social
that's
worker.
not necessarily my character.
That's what I meant.
What
What did you think I meant?
We're playing D&D, guys.
Alright,
Doesn't
so,
mean that we have to mean something.
Jason, your character then, since Pat's all about death and darkness.
well, since we've gone down
Just
that,
death. It's not dark.
Right,
It's
well,
death.
well,
Death isn't bad.
let's continue down that particular path. I've decided to go with a character arc that that's actually new to me. I've actually only heard about this one recently. I chose the path of the Blood Hunter. My character's family was actually wiped away. They were murdered.
Edgy.
boy,
Coming to you with edge.
And he's actually chosen to pretty much study the dark arts, taking on the oath of the Lycan, and utilizing his skills to inflict harm into others, but by doing so, he harms himself. He's doing most of this because, one, he kind of misses his family, and he is actually the cause of their demise. So he would love to see them again, but he can't necessarily bring himself to off his own self. So he's like, I'll take out some film folks with me, but I might make it a little easier for them to do so.
Yeah, your character and Patrick's character with being the Decimate Cleric are definitely going to have a lot.
So are you gonna try to kill his character?
No.
Okay. Well, since we're going on the table. I guess I'm next. Hi Ben. What's up? So I actually wrote down my backstory when I was telling Tracy about it. So I'll just somewhat abbreviate it, but basically I grew up in a village.
Junior.
No, it's a little different from that. Well, it's a lot different from that. But
So Sora.
No. Sephiroth is a Final Fantasy character.
Sons
He's only in Kingdom Hearts.
Sons aren't always like their fathers.
So is Cloud.
No, Cloud is getting Final Fantasy 7. What's up? Anyway, gosh, okay. So I grew up in a village, and we were my people, the village I grew up in, was discriminated against, and I was eventually sold into slavery.
Oh, Village of the Clouds, got it.
And so I was separated from my family, and my character, his race is Aragonasi, and the Aragonasi actually have this like personality trait where they can completely go from calm to completely ruthless in a second, and it can happen
real quick.
Exactly, and you don't know when it's going to happen, and it just switches on and it switches right off. So I'm really excited to like play that aspect into the character, but because of that, it might change the environment from going to being a slave. What are you guys?
I just love the future mood swings we might experience.
Yes, you guys will get some and then so eventually I made a friend while I was being enslaved, and we escaped together, and we were on the run together, just kind of surviving. But at this point, I don't know where my parents are. But at the same time, all the stuff I went through, I don't really care where they are, and I'm just kind of living life and just going through day by day. That's my backstory.
Around the world, Nazi. Around the world.
I would technically be next, but I'm going to be the DM, so I have no character
so your
to
backstory
explain.
is
Yeah. I am God.
So let's tell us about your life.
I'm
Let's
all
hear your
about
backstory
ripping
before you.
character sheets.
What's happening?
What was life before you were our DM?
Okay, I'm just going to talk about being a DM so that it's still relevant to what
Tracy
we're doing.
was once a baby, and then she started crawling, and then maybe a year after walking.
All right, you guys.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It took you a year to learn to go from crawling to walking?
I have no idea.
Don't judge my stages.
I'm
of
not. I
development.
just asked
You know,
if that.
got
I was
to where am
asking for
today.
confirmation if that's
She
what it
used to eat
was.
cereal like a dog,
That is-
You too?
All children do that.
I still do
right?
that.
but her parents helped her.
Your parents did?
Her parents.
Oh.
Are you saying your parents didn't chew your food and put it in your mouth like a little baby bird?
Are you
They
saying
not
yours did?
regurgitate my food.
So being a DM is a very...
Sorry. I'm
Ben,
bad.
explain your character.
Huh?
No, Tracy, go.
No, I'm good.
No, we want to watch you finish.
What kind of cereal?
Jesus, man, it was Frosted Cheerios.
Good pick.
Dude, those are delicious, though.
Back when they had real sugar in it, that's what's up. Now it's like a third less, and it's not even.
Add your own sugar.
That's why you have a sugar bowl.
I
man.
add sugar to my frosted flakes.
They don't even sell Frosted Cheerios anymore.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
Where?
stores.
Giant.
Stores.
The places you buy cereal.
That sounded kind of sad. Genuinely, all at the same time.
Tracy, tell us about being a DM.
I don't know.
You don't know what it's like?
No,
It's
I
your
mean,
first
it's
time.
it's
it
my
your first
second
time?
time.
That was your second time.
It is. Oh.
Whoa, did you do DM GURPS?
Alright, so nobody can see this, but I had two faces very close to mine, very quickly going, oh, by me saying that it was only my second time.
Oh, you're the only girl in this.
That's true, I am the only girl at this table. But no, being a DM is really fun where you can have a lot of control
Jesus.
over the situation. So that's cool. Anyway, Ben,
Take it away, man.
take it away.
You don't want any more?
Nope, that's it. You guys have made me very uncomfortable.
Wow. I'm sorry.
Congratulations.
No, that's what Tracy strives on.
D&D
That's what
orgy coming to you now.
Thrive?
You said strive.
You did say strive. She strives on it, guys.
Oh gosh. Anyway, Ben, your character.
So yeah, my character doesn't really have a backstory. I'm playing a rogue Kenku, which basically they don't really have a backstory at all.
That's their race.
Yeah.
What?
Well, they have a backstory
Yeah.
of their own.
I mean, like, so
Where they
the race
came
has
from.
a story as like how they came to be, but like my character in particular doesn't really have anything. It's just like he's falls in line with the Kenku, and it's like he was just born, and that's the skill set that he has. Like he's good at these things, and that's all he really knows.
He doesn't have his own like motivations
Right.
or.
He's not like searching for somebody or like trying to avenge his father or anything like that. He's just like
So
getting by, basically.
You're just there.
He just
Yep.
walking around the alleys with his kazoo.
So it seems
enjoying
like you're just
life.
playing
Yeah.
yourself.
Yes, basically, I put myself into all of the characters,
He's
even
even-
like in
yeah.
PC games and stuff.
He's just using the kazoo to, hone his pitch.
Right.
His squawk.
I was gonna get my squawk on point.
Yeah.
I'm really interested to see what you actually do because you said your character. Were you just joking, or does your character actually not speak English? Or
No, my character doesn't speak. Like that's part of the race. Like
Yeah.
they're
Okay.
basically non-verbal.
so the language you do speak is whatever language your race speaks.
Kenku learn speech through mockery. They just mock, kind of like a.
So
Yeah.
okay,
They're kind of like
gotcha,
a parrot, but
gotcha.
they're basically like a non-verbal person.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not a person, but like
Interesting.
One of their racial feats is actually mimicry, where they can mimic any sound that they actually hear.
So it can actually be really useful in trying to deceive. So you can try to sound like the guard that you just passed, saying like, "Hey guys, it's all clear," or trying to
which is
sound
one
like
of the points that I have a plus on or something. Just to see.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We're not
So,
all
like,
that dark.
It's kind of like my
Yeah,
personality.
He's not dark at all.
He's kind of
Well, no, the whole character
Yeah.
I just love
itself
the
is.
neutral factor because you don't see it too often where a character's like true neutral. It's always chaotic or lawful neutral.
I think he's still going to be a chaotic neutral.
I just
character.
want flat neutral.
I feel like you're just going to be like when we're trying to sneak around. You're gonna just want to play your fucking kazoo.
No.
we're coming for you.
I'll be the narrator in our party.
Or the mimic doesn't activate until the most inopportune time.
I want you.
That's fate.
To be the Kenku that mimicked Morgan Freeman. So they will.
So Morgan Freeman's in this universe.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Tracy's Morgan Freeman in this universe.
sure, whatever you want, my lovable little players.
Aw. What an awesome
I
DM.
hear a lot of characters dying.
I also, so I'm a DM that does not mind killing off characters. So if that
And
happens, you
she
just
will-
have to create a
She
new
will
one.
be ripping character sheets.
I'll
in
just give up.
Resurrection.
You start to
I'll be
say,
like, well, I died on the side of the Worgen Trail.
Yeah, so,
Bury me.
so let's say if you guys were all starting at level 3 like you are now, and everybody survived until level 5, and then your character died. If you brought back a new character, they would start at level 5. I wouldn't start you back off at level 3 again.
Interesting.
Yeah, I would
Okay.
make
So
you
you're
keeping
fair.
up with
Or,
the
well,
pace.
Fair
Fair
enough.
Right.
Would you be
Someone
working?
else someone a Coke.
Would you be working with group experience or individual? Would you be working with group experience or individual?
Warm up.
Said your name.
Everyone gaining experience for their own merits. Maybe playing with their playing in character. Honestly, just
Yeah, for the most part, I'm probably going to be doing mainly group experience unless someone does something really.
Awkward.
Yes, I'm very sorry for people who cannot see what's happening. Again, I'm being surrounded very closely by two people that are just
You should be used to this.
getting way too close.
Are you massaging her ear, Will?
No, I'm just playing for Gage.
one of my favorite moments was when we all just sat next to Avery one time and he just immediately started barking at Tracy and freaked
You
her
told
out.
that story. Oh no, you. Yeah, not on here though.
apparently Tracy startled Avery, and he went into defensive dog mode and just started
honestly,
barking at
she
her.
didn't scare me. I just said she did. Like, she just got there, and I was like, and she's like, what? She's like, what happened? I was like, you scared me. Like, that was just my excuse. I don't know why.
You never said that, and now I'm hurt.
Your whole relationship with him is a lie.
We're
You just
brothers, man.
deceived me.
We shared multiple cups of sake now. That means we're brothers.
That's
You
all
ever
that
watch
works.
One Piece? You share a cup of sake.
But it has to be in like a big ass cup.
No, it doesn't.
It can be.
I think you just remember things wrong.
No, he's
I'm
remembering
pretty
correctly
sure it
from
was a
the,
big ass cup.
from the show. It was a big cup.
It was practically a bowl.
It was,
so-
yeah, it was,
Yeah.
yeah.
What was it?
You were right.
Shanks went on to the ship with Whitebeard.
Yeah, but you should
I mean,
be.
and
You should be,
basically
you should be here with
Samurai
Victor.
Jack's
Here.
hat.
We pick on him
For
to
a
play
fucking
worse.
cup.
If you're as large as Whitebeard, you probably need a bowl
Right?
of sake to get drunk. But
Shanks held it down.
Do you
I
want
would
to
love it if-
explain your character?
Who?
You,
Oh,
the one she's talking to.
I'm an orphan.
he's going down the path of Iron Fist. But
That is
with-
not what's happening. Cause I
I'm a
swear to
noble
God,
monk.
I hate the Iron Fist. Like I really do. Like I really do. But yeah, I'm an orphan.
Do you
Is
want
that
to give
it?
a little bit more?
Like, you have your character sheet right
Oh
there.
no, he came from a noble
Because now that it
family.
says Iron Fist, I don't want it anymore.
Rich orphan that came from a noble family.
We weren't rich. My parents died from famine. We were not rich.
Alright, they weren't rich.
We were noble blood, but we were not rich.
noble blood, found by a monastery. Did you say it's in the mountains?
I didn't say where it was at. Wherever the
Iron Fist. That's the plot of Iron
whoever
Fist.
this, I got this from the book though. The Zokin Monastery.
Yep, in
You
about
wrote Iron Fist on your sheet. Though. Why are you looking at it?
Because I'm trying to make sure where you see Iron Fist at.
You didn't write it.
Thank you.
He was so concerned.
I really am. I was like, no, I know I write that shit down. But yes, the monks took me in. I excelled. Yep. But I got a little pain in my heart because my mama don't love me. Because she not here no more.
So she loves you still. She just
How do you know she doesn't love you?
She not fucking here.
Because if you're not alive, you can't feel that emotion.
If she loved me, she would hate my
Did she love you?
If she loved me, she would hate my father.
She would have ate you?
She would hate my father and then you.
What?
Oh,
It's
so
your-
I didn't write that down. I'm just saying, I didn't write that down.
You hate your mom because she starved to death instead of eating your father.
Eat my father.
So, yes, quite dark.
That's
well,
super.
what? Now that's dark.
Anyway.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
have a
right,
lot
Mike.
of orphan children and just various different ways of how you became orphaned.
I mean, I'm not orphan. My parents. I don't know if my parents are dead or not. Maybe they could be a part of the story. Who knows?
My parents are dead.
I don't care about my parents.
Your
That's
parents
the
are
thing.
dead.
No, not my parents.
Well,
My wife and child are dead.
Oh, get it right.
I would think that my character's parents are probably alive and well, and I just devoted my life to the church.
wow.
Yeah, it's just like my parents could be alive. They could not be alive. I don't care. They're just living life. I'm living life.
So, like, did your parents sell you off to
I
slavery?
think so.
Who's to say?
Oh, you're just
That's
I don't know.
like,
really
"Alright,
up to you, it sounds like.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Woohoo!
So yeah, it's been a while. So that's that's our D&D session. Holy crap!
Everything but D&D, more or less.
Now we talk about D&D in a good amount.
That's kind of how our sessions will go.
I mean, it makes it fun, right? Anyway, I
I
guess
think they're gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome.
I guess that's gonna be it. But I want to go ahead and say thanks to this week's sponsor, Blue Apron. So you guys, I can't even say that.
I'm going to say our sponsor this weekend was Canadian Whiskey. Thank you for your apple greatness.
Thank you for your apple greatness. God damn.
Yeah, you taste like Crown Royal.
I couldn't even say that straight.
I thought today's sponsor was
Is it
Kaboom.
literally just Canadian Whiskey?
Yeah.
Today's sponsor,
There's no
Kaboom.
brand name
Perfect
on
for
it.
cleaning carpets.
Canadian
And
Club.
vomit.
Canadian
And
Club,
vomit.
okay. God, it's so
Do you need to
strong,
get
that apple.
regurgitated tomato sauce
It's
out of your
good.
carpet?
It's pretty good, actually.
But there's
Smells so
more.
sweet.
Yeah, kind of, but it doesn't. It doesn't go down that easily.
We can get pizza stains out and
That
more.
is super sweet.
Yeah, like it's got almost like a candy syrup to it, and then it's like cough syrup.
Okay, so that is going to call it. I'm going to go ahead and end this episode.
Okay.
Oh gosh,
I thought it was already over.
We're making a blooper episode.
Yeah, I'm just rambling now. Didn't realize
That's why
it
he was
wasn't
waving
over.
his hands telling you to shut up.
Sorry.
jazz hands.
And this is Patrick saying bye.
All right. Anyway, thank you for listening, everyone. Oh gosh, I've been Avery.
I've been Tracy.
I am Ben.
I'm lost. I'm still Relle.
I think I'm Patrick.
Oh god,
And we can have Effie.
God, thanks for everyone thanks for everyone who's listening. You can find us all on major podcast listening sites: Spotify, Stitcher, SoundCloud. I don't know, not SoundCloud. That's a lie.
Stitcher.
Bye.
Oh god.
We need a jingle.
All right, thanks for listening, guys. Hopefully, you guys are having a fantastic day. We'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.
You know those sound boys with the weird sounds, like on Family Guy.